And welcome to Kyoudai Ai. Once again, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Or at least the seasons we watched so far, which we're up to 3. I guess 2.5. But I'm your host, SuperJollyMac, and I'm joined by my brother and co-host, DonTheVan. Let's dive into all the Toku chaos we love. Grab your changers, your belts. Don't go back in time because we're going to cue the theme song and get right into it. Let's go. So how you doing? So how you doing?
I'm doing well. That's funny. Why'd you say don't go back in time?
No future spoilers. No reason at all.
Hey, you're funny. You're a funny guy. Nobody else told you out, though. Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's been a long, I would say a long week. I finished my first project at work, so that's exciting, I guess.
Yeah.
So eager to see what happens because of that and what my next project will be. I think since last time I had edited some Resident Evil videos and put it out. I'm doing another one now. I'm excited for 9. I can't wait. I actually pre-ordered it, so it's my first time I've pre-ordered a game, actually.
Well, we can jump right into the games then.
Yeah.
I still need to beat 8. Did you play
8? Nope. I have not played 8. I'm gonna play it after I play 9. Since I'm doing it for the channel, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do it that way. Oh, don't. Hey, all right. Well. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I said I'm okay. Sorry. I must have hit the mute button when it happened, but I jury-rigged a few things and it fell apart.
Oh no.
Because that's how we do things here. You know what I'm saying?
It always happens. It never fails. Wait, before we go to the games, how you doing?
I'm not too bad. Tired, of course, like always. It's been a busy week. It seems like every week I have just enough time to get most things done. Not everything that I need to, but just enough to like survive until the next week.
Yeah. Honestly,
so we'll see.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Solidarity. I'm right there with you.
But yeah, I want to play 8. It's actually on, I have the what is it, PlayStation Plus, and I think it's one of the PlayStation Plus games. But I still need to go back and finish Ghosts, and then I want to finish Persona 3, and then I want to do what's the other RPG that got all of the rewards?
Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah, Expedition.
Yeah, Expedition. So that's on the list. Maybe one day.
I do want to play. I want to play that too. I don't know. Is it single player or is it multiplayer?
I think it's single player. It's just an RPG.
Okay, I want to play that too.
Yeah, but that's on the list. Did you happen to watch the State of Play? Was it a State of Play?
Yeah, it was State of Play. I did. I watched it. I did.
What'd you think?
It was interesting. I went in with no expectations, which was probably a good thing to do. Honestly.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. No games really stood out too much. Actually, no, that's a lie. Some did. I just don't remember their names. I think, well, they showed Resident Evil 9, of course, but they also showed James Bond, which looked like it might be like a Uncharted type of game. So we'll see how that goes. It's like Hitman meets Uncharted.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing too much about that. They just showed a snippet, right? Oh no, they had a trailer. Maybe there was a trailer, yeah. But that does look interesting.
Yeah, they haven't showed. I don't think they showed too much gameplay or anything like that, but
that's fine.
It's a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were a few games. I don't remember enough of them to write them down because my backlog is so huge that I didn't write them down. But they had some of the old ones, a couple of the. Well, no, I didn't. I don't think that was in the state of play, but they had a couple that looked pretty cool.
Crimson Desert, I think, was in it.
What?
Crimson Desert.
Which one was that?
I think it was in there. It's the one with the guy that was like flying around with his cape.
Okay.
It's like a RPG based off of Black Desert or whatever the MMO is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like twice as big as The Witcher 3 and or twice as big as, I don't know, GTA. Some big games.
Why do you need to be bigger than that?
I don't know, but it does look good.
Okay.
it did look good. I was like, I kind of want to play that one.
Okay.
So, that's the one that stood out to me. They had some indie games that I think I would want to check out, but I don't remember their names. I'd have to go back and check them, look at it again.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I remember Control. I think the Control sequel was on there.
Yes.
Which does look like hit or miss. I did like the gunplay in the old one, so I'm wondering how this one will be, but I did like the first one a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in that one.
Yeah. The sequel looks like it's going to be more of like a brawler type of Devil May Cry.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't know if they're gonna have the same gunplay. I hope, or if they do, it'll probably just be literally the same gunplay from the first Control, adding in the Devil May Cry of it all.
But I don't think that would really make sense because, like, he shouldn't have that. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'll be interested. Unless they do, like, just give him some sort of powers like it, because that's his sister's thing.
I talking about the gunplay?
Yeah.
Oh, true. True.
So, but no spoilers, I guess, if you haven't played the Control. But it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, I played half of it. I don't think I actually finished it.
You didn't beat Control? Bruh.
I started it on my channel and then I never finished it.
Control was fun. I liked it. And it had a nice storyline going through it. I need to get to Alan Wake too. I stopped the first one just because, like, I got stuck. Like, I hit a some sort of game bug, so I was stuck in one spot, and every time I got out, I would die. So I don't know how to, like, cheese it to get past that point, and then maybe I could go on. But
dang, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay, so that's the game.
Well, other than that, I figured I'd toss in some of the other games. So I'm still playing D&D.
Nice.
We got an off week last week because of me. And next week, we just have an off week. So we have 2-week break. I don't have Inari. Oh, I do have Inari. I reprinted Inari.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. You didn't paint it.
I haven't painted them yet.
Okay.
Them, I don't know. Inari's kind of like just a spirit, so.
It's
yeah, I haven't painted it yet, but that seems so cold. I don't know. Them? I haven't painted Inari yet. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
So I need to do that. And then, yeah, I need to do that. But it's fun. It's been a trip. We were supposed to finish at the end of last year, so we'll probably still be playing.
Oh my goodness gracious.
The DM was like, yeah, we're going to end in a couple of months. And that was like summer of last year. So we'll see.
My bad. I feel like I came through when I visited and I messed everything up.
No, it's definitely not you. It's us.
Oh.
And your gold is still there. So if you come back, somehow you'll pop around and have that gold, unless I steal it somehow. But I don't think they want to let me take it.
Okay, fine. I'll have to make I'll make a way to make it down there or up there so I can reclaim my gold and spend it a little irresponsibly.
You might be able to get there before we finish, or maybe it'll just be like some random thing and you'll pop into whatever new existence we're in.
Yeah. I'll use my gold to buy some fire bombs. You know.
Hate to see it.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for gaming. What about listening?
Um, did I listen to anything? No, I think last time it was J. Cole's album. That's pretty much it. I listened to Kawaii Kawaii again.
Okay. What's that? I haven't heard of it.
Kawaii Kawaii.
Oh, kawaii.
Am I saying it wrong?
Well, it's hard. It's kawaii kaiwai, I think.
Oh, Kawaii Kaiwai.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's hard to even pick it up. When I'm listening to the song, I can barely hear the difference between the two. But there is a difference. Yeah, okay. But that's a banger. I like that one.
Yeah, I listened to that one again. I was watching I was watching Kamen Rider, and I was like, oh man, this girl's so cute. And I was like, kawaii, kawaii. It's like cute. And I was like, yeah. And I played the song again. I was like, kawaii, kawaii. I was like, yeah. Woo. So,
okay.
Had to bring that one out.
Sure.
That's it.
Actually, speaking of it, I want to go back and watch Frieren's openings and endings again, because I was watching that the other day. The season 3 ending and opening are really good too. So they're all very good.
Yeah, dude, I'm going through. I'm going through Frieren right now.
Well, how far are you?
I am almost done with season 1.
What?
Yeah, she's at the mage exam.
You're not. Did you hit the second opening?
Yes,
bro. Okay, you are going through there.
It is good. It's good. That second opening, I've actually let it play a couple times because it's good. I was like, oh, it's so much better than the first one.
I don't know about so much better. Like, I would have to think about which ones I would rank, but like the first one is like good, and the second one is good too. All of them are good. I don't know.
Okay, the first one's good. I think it depends on they're different vibes though. They're different moods.
They are.
I would say. I like the second one's vibe a lot better. I feel like it's more universal. Where the first one, it's more chill. It's more, oh, you know what I'm saying? Yes, yeah. You got go back and listen to it.
I'll go back and listen to them all.
I promise.
I'll give you my mini ranking. Let me find a notebook.
Yeah, but that ending song though, I like that ending song, especially like that last little part.
Yeah, it's really folksy. You've heard both of the second ones, and they kind of, I think the endings have a vibe, and then the openings have a vibe, and then the endings have a vibe, and they kind of match that vibe going throughout. So like the ending always feels kind of folksy, and then we're on music, so the ending feels kind of folksy, and then the opening feels like they're splicing together halves of Frieren together. And like the animation really matches kind of what they're doing. Like I like how they do it.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I like it. I like that.
And most of it, I guess, the visuals go along with the music, but even the music itself, I think, fits. They all kind of fit the same vibe, and then the visuals on top of that just makes it even better. I don't like.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. The visuals definitely match the music a lot. And I would say it is two sides of Frieren. I was actually thinking about this too. I was watching it and I was like, yo, she's like she has a lot of personality for being kind of like monotone. It's kind of crazy.
And it's
like
they don't really hold your hand for a lot of the. Man, we need to do like a Frieren review or something. But they don't. What I really like about it is they kind of don't hold your hand for a lot of things. Like they'll tell you a lot of stuff, but some of the stuff is just kind of implied. Like you get it secondary from the story. Like they do a very good job with the storytelling, I think. So yeah, Frieren is very good.
It's the hidden art of trusting your audience. Yeah. It's subtle yet effective.
Yeah. So I forget what music.
Or music.
So I did listen to J. Cole's album.
Okay. How'd you like it?
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So here's the thing.
Right.
we're if you're going to put, I don't know why, but you always do the top or the big three were Kendrick, Drake, and then J. Cole. Just okay. They might not be the top three. I would argue about that order, or even having them the top three rappers. Definitely all time, maybe not. But even now, I don't know. J. Cole, I like a lot more lyrically than Drake. Like I would put J. Cole too above Drake.
Okay.
Like Kendrick is one for me at least. J. Cole is second. The only thing that maybe pulls J. Cole down is like I think the production of it. So like the whole album is like a mood. Like it feels like, yo, I'm in Fayetteville. We're just chilling at the house and I'm playing this. It's like that's
it does. Yeah.
It like perfectly. I don't know how to explain it, but it is. That's
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yes.
I'm with you.
Like I get it. And if we're going on that, like he hits it perfectly, but I kind of want more.
Okay.
Like there's a couple, like I'm not gonna say that I would skip. Like if this were playing like at a party or something, perfect. Even then, like it's kind of like one of those things. Like I would have like a bourbon or something, and I would be chilling in a chair and listening to this. Like this is something like you would put on vinyl and just play it and just be like chilling.
Yeah.
But I kind of want more. I don't know how to put it. Like
you.
J. Cole gives you J. Cole.
Yeah, like the vibe is there, but you want it like, and this is something I think Drake and Kendrick do this really well. Is they have like kind of theatrics behind it, where it elevates it. It's like if you're, oh man, what? It's just the extra like because it's like J. Cole does good storytelling, but it's like the in between parts. It's the weaving it all together type of thing.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
then
it's that extra layer. Yeah.
And then most of it's just like it feels kind of the same. Like he's not doing much.
Okay.
That's extra. Like I know he probably doesn't like the club hits and stuff like that, but
yeah.
And I don't necessarily need them. I just need to be able to have both. Like keep your lyrics, but give me some like production. A different production probably would have been better, I think. But there were still a couple of tracks that I really liked and I would probably replay.
Yeah.
But the rest of it's just like I would listen to it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to re-listen to it. But that's probably more than I would give Drake's.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then Kendrick is just like the best of everything. So he does both of them. He gives you that inner thought and he gives you like the production and the beats and everything else. So I think he just, and he always gives you something new, which kind of irks you a little bit when you start it out. But then by the time you finish it, you're just like, perfect. Like, I didn't even know I wanted it, but you gave me what I didn't know I wanted.
Oh man,
like JID, I think his albums, I think I might have liked a little bit more because he kind of gives you kind of everything. Although I don't know.
No, JID is really good.
He goes kind of hard in it too. I don't think he likes giving you like club music either.
Yeah, but, I mean, isn't that like being like a purist type of thing? Like they're like hip hop purists. Would that count as like describing them?
What's
like
that?
JID and J. Cole being a hip hop purist type of thing.
Sure.
Like a lyricist.
Like an MC, maybe. But like I think they'll go through different genres. Like JID seems more like it's just kind of different styles of hip hop. Like what's the guy in Chicago? Is he in Chicago? I forget his name.
Chance?
Not Chance. I can't remember his name. No, I'm talking about I can't. Yeah, he's in Chicago. I forget his name.
What, do you know any songs?
You listened to him while you were here. Crap. What happened to my thing? There we go.
Oh, did I?
Was it Chicago?
I played him?
He's like a jazz. He does it like a jazz rap. I can't remember his name. That's a vibe too. I like it. I'll have to remember his name. I forget his name,
I don't
which
know.
sounds really bad, but my memory is really bad. Like he's worth me remembering. Why can't I remember his name? I don't know, but yeah, that's what I've been listening to. So I thought the album was good. It was just it was long too.
It was very long.
Yeah.
I was on a trip coming back from Charlotte to back home, and it was like it was a long album. That was like half the trip just listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. Man, I'm trying to think. There's a song on his album though where he did like 3 switch ups. That was really good.
Is that
It
one
was
where he was trying to? I thought he was trying to sound like different rappers.
maybe. I'm scared to play it. Wait.
Was it in the first disc?
Yeah. Yeah. So I found it. Bombs in the Ville hit the gas.
Okay, I
Because
don't.
he kind of he touched on a couple of different eras, if that makes any sense. He touched on like one, like the Tim and Pharrell, the VA era of like the early 2000s and everything like that. He kind of captured that, and I was like, that was actually really good.
Yeah.
And then he kind of captured like more melodic kind of. I don't want to call it lo-fi type of feels, but like in the
Yeah.
beginning of the song, it was like lo-fi type of feels. I was like, that's pretty chill. And then like, I think he switched it again in the second half. The third half, I mean, but I don't remember what it sounded like.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
This
hating on it. I like it. It's just I don't know.
this
And
album.
what's that?
I was gonna say this album to me. This is my personal opinion. This album to me feels like GNX. in a sense, like I have not gone back to listen to GNX. Like I listened to it and I was like, I like it, but
Oh,
the replayability for me is just not there.
oh,
So
I will go back to GNX.
yeah,
And it's short. It's pretty short too, I think. But like,
yeah,
even the songs I didn't like on the first listen to GNX, like I love
yeah,
going back through. There's
yeah,
maybe like one or two, but even those are good. They're just not
yeah.
like mine.
Okay, don't get me wrong. The production on GNX, like I love the song production. I love the way they did the music and everything like that. But his lyrics did not. They just didn't do anything for me. It was I like for me. I like Damn and I like um Good Kid, Mad City. Like Good Kid, Mad City is always gonna be like up there for me because that I like that. The production was up there. The lyrics were up there. The story was up there. All of that. That in a sense, it's between Damn and like Good Kid, Mad City for his best albums, in my personal opinion. Like his best of those
Honestly,
two.
I would say the first Black Panther album was good.
That doesn't count as being his
I
though.
know, but that thing was awesome. But
It was awesome. That was really good, but it doesn't count as being
yeah,
his per
yeah,
se.
yeah.
But yeah,
But I've liked them all. Like Good Kid, Mad City was probably the one that I think appeals the most without any like work. It's just good. And then all the rest of them, it's like the first listen through, I'm like, eh. But then
Mm.
like the second time through, I'm like, oh no, this is really good. And then like
Yeah,
I like them all. So
yeah,
yeah, even the
yeah.
mixtapes I think were good. So I thought GNX was good too. I thought he brought his lyrics to play, and I thought he gave us more of like a variety of things too. Like everything else felt like a theme album. This one maybe GNX didn't feel as cohesive story wise, but still,
Mm.
or like theme wise, I think, because he kind of bounced around. He gave you a little bit of everything, and like,
Yeah.
but I liked it. So
Maybe I'll go back and listen to it
yeah,
and see if I don't know. But I hear it on the radio. It's just like I don't like that. I don't I don't
you
like
said you
that
hear it on the
because
radio.
yeah, like
Wow.
well the hits obviously the off the album you hear on the radio and it just makes me not want to go back. Like because I personally don't like listen to the radio, but when I get in the car, I turn it on, the radio comes on, and literally the first song you hear is like him and SZA going stupid on they chatting. talk about the chat. And I'm just like, or Luther, which was really good. Luther was a good song.
Yeah, but I liked it. So,
but I don't know. But I can say the same thing about Drake. It's just I'm not feeling like their albums from before. I think were way better than what we're getting now in terms of completeness, and cohesiveness. And I like that. I like the complete and cohesive feeling of it more so than it just being like a couple of singles placed together and like one connection song, or like, it not feeling like it's a complete experience, because I like to listen to whole albums.
I don't know. I think Kendrick makes good albums though. So
He makes good albums, but I don't think it's the same. I think his last like good one where you listen to it straight through was Damn, because he had the vision for it to be played all the way through, and also in reverse, like in reverse order. I was like, chef's kiss. Yes, that's the type of artistry I'm looking for.
but I think he brought it. But hey,
Yeah,
give it another listen
yeah.
to. The album's good, I
I
think.
will.
I've liked them all. Yeah, I think that's it for music. You been watching anything?
Yeah, I've been watching the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The what's like the
Or is that the HBO thing?
yeah, yeah, the in the Game of Thrones universe.
Yeah.
George R. R. Martin. Okay, no, I take back my. It's good actually. It's really good. There's some. I mean, obviously, there's some things it's just like, but the story and the characters are so well written. I'm just like, like yo, like I was literally in some episodes like, and I'm just like, why am I feeling things? Why? And it's just like, you know what? George R. R. does write some good characters. I can't. I when you write a good character, you just write a good character. You credit where credit is due. Credit where credit is due. Dump's a good character. Well, let me say the story of how it's unfolding is a good story. I would love to write a story like that. It's so good. But I've been watching that. I've been watching, excuse me, obviously Freeman, which I was hooked on like the first 10 minutes of the first episode. After that, I was in it. I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's go. It was so masterfully done. I can't even. Oh my god. Oh, fine. I'll watch it again. I haven't even finished it. I'll watch it again.
Did you watch the first episode twice?
Yeah. I did.
You did?
I did. It's so good. Like it touched my heart to see Himmel and the crew, and I was just like,
yeah, it's definitely an odd way to start a series, but like, I don't know why, but it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah,
so effective. I don't know how they did it either. Like I sat and I thought about it too. I was like, how did they get me so invested in such a short amount of time? I was like, what is it about Himmel that has me locked in? Because like it's not even about Freerin. It's literally the Himmel show in the first episode. I'm just like, I'm like, how, Sway? I'm like, how? And then literally I was 2 episodes in. Like I watched 2 and then I stopped because I had to go to sleep. I think I just fell asleep. But I felt like I watched an entire season of like a show in just 2 episodes, and I said, why do I know so much about the lore, and why do I know, like it feels like I've been with these characters forever, and I'm just like, how? Ooh, see, now that's how you write a good story. I would love to write a story like that too. It's great.
It's good because they kind of got everything story-wise as you want. So slight spoilers for the first episode of Freerin, but they start you in the story, and then you get basically 2 stories in one, and they're both like having kind of similarities, and you kind of see parallels that's going on, and then you kind of get the vibes of what being this person that will basically live for very, 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 very like infinity, possibly. Yeah. Who knows how long? and how that affects their, like, it's perfect. It's a great story, especially if you like thinking about it. So I love it.
It's so cool, and it's just so touching because it's like it shows you the effects of like how one person's just whole personality or demeanor can change you. You know,
Yeah.
how like just meeting one person literally can change the trajectory of your life. It's insane. Oh, and like she has that like a couple of times. I feel like she's had like little stuff a couple of times that's made her who she is, and it's like you can see like the personality. Just she's so like. It's crazy. She's so one-dimensional on the surface, but like literally just peek a little bit lower and you see like a sprawling just root system and tree system that just it's so many personalities. It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, we could literally just make a show about this.
Yep.
But anyways, that's all I've been watching. I'm probably gonna go see Scream when it comes out.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Scream 7.
Oh yeah, they brought back what's her name? Nineveh. Nave. I don't know. I never know how to say her name.
Oh,
Sydney.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they brought her back for this one, so I'm glad.
Nev.
Yes, Nev Campbell.
Yeah,
something like
that. I think so. So
I'm glad because they did her dirty in the last one. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I might go see that. I saw Avatar again.
Good for you.
Well, it's Mom's birthday. She wanted to see it. So
okay. Well, good for her.
You know what? I will say, upon seeing it a second time, it actually was not bad.
Okay.
It wasn't bad. It was long as all get out. Like I was in there like, oh, this movie's still going on. But then I was like, yo, this movie's actually kind of good. I want to, like, obviously it has some things it could work on, but I think it had some strong points that were, like, really strong. And it's just like, nah, this movie's good just off those strong points. Like, yeah. Have you seen it?
Nope. I will take your word for it, though. I haven't seen the second one yet, either. I was going to say yet, but I don't know if I will ever bother to see it.
It's on Disney. Just go, just take a night, watch it.
I don't know.
Take a night and watch it.
We'll see. I, on the other hand, have not been watching really anything new. I've been keeping up with the series from Winter. And I think that's pretty much it. The Winter anime series that I've watched so far. I'm still struggling to get back to Sentence to be a Hero, but
I need to watch that. I need to continue.
I
just saw it pop on my screen. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch that. But then I was like, I gotta prepare for the podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. But you liked Demon Slayer, right? Yeah. So I mean, if you like Demon Slayer, you're probably like Sentence to be a Hero.
I mean, I saw the first 2 episodes. I really liked it.
It was fine.
He was like, it's shonen.
Yeah, it's a shonen anime. So it's like, do I try to get further into the story and maybe that'll get me? But right now it's just shonen. But I've only gotten to episode 3 or 4, and it might take a couple episodes to get into it. But I don't know. Okay. We'll see.
It's probably like another case of Gachiakuta.
Gachiakuta, yeah, I think it took me maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. Gachiakuta had some stuff in there that kind of got me, even at the beginning. But yeah, after like episode 4 or so, I was in. But I was sort of in at the, like, it didn't really turn me off.
I don't know, man. Just give it a try. Oh, I guess you don't watch Fire Force or...
I do want to watch Fire Force. I did watch... Oh, I see what you were talking about. I did finally watch Hell's Paradise Season 2. And I was like, man, they do not hold your hand. I don't really remember what happened. And they just toss you in. And I'm like, wait, did that happen? I was like, what happened again? I don't remember.
Yeah. I was in that first episode lost. I said, wait.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know I've seen it, but I was like, no recap, no nothing, just
Yeah.
in it. I'm just like, wait, what? How did we get here?
You gotta give me something, man. Some context clues or something. I don't know. Like,
I forgot all of it. I said, dang. That's what I'm out of here.
yeah.
I didn't even remember the bad guys, I guess. I didn't even remember like all of them. I said, wait, were there this many in the first season? I was like,
Yeah,
wait,
there were
what's
that
going
many.
on?
There were that many.
I was like, did somebody die? Did nobody die? I was lost, bro. I was lost.
Yeah, but definitely.
Yeah. Maybe we can make that
That's
the
why
next show.
probably. How many episodes was it? Was it 13 or like 20 something?
I don't think it was 7.
Yeah. So
probably 15, 16. It wasn't that many.
15 seems odd. It's probably 13 or 26.
Okay, it was probably 13 then.
Yeah, but we'll see. That one, I don't know. They're introducing more people, and I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably keep it going.
Yeah. Definitely see how that goes.
Yeah.
You watch Fire Force though.
I have thought about Fire Force. Like, I don't mind shonen, so we'll see.
Fire Force is really good. I it's one of those. I was very upset that they didn't make season 3. Like, I was upset that it took so long. Like, once I saw that they had season 3, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely watching that. I haven't watched it yet because obviously I'm trying to stay on top of this and also free run.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna watch that one.
Yeah.
So, heck yeah. I think you will like it. Give it a chance.
Eventually.
I got to think about what it reminds me of, but I'll let you know next time.
Cool.
So, is that it for watching?
I guess so.
Oh man! All right. Well, I guess we're jumping into. Oh crap! I guess we're jumping into anime. Excuse me. I have a cough for whatever reason. It is not the funnest thing in the world. All right. Let me sit up straight. Spoilers ahead for Jujutsu Kaisen. I think we're on episode 19 and 20, which oh my goodness gracious. Forgive me. Episode 19, Black Flash. Episode 20, how did he say it? Not normal? Counter normal? I forgot the name of it. Counter normal. I'm gonna look it up. But all right, so we come into episode 19, Black Flash, and we are met with Fushiguro and company running away from Nanami, and trying to do their darndest to attack her, but
Hanami.
no matter what they do,
Hanami.
Is that not what I said?
Oh, I heard Nanami.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think I don't know. Hanami.
Sorry.
They're doing their best to get her, but they're not able to damage her. So we have, oh my goodness gracious, we have Toge, who is trying to use his vocal curse power, which I don't know the name of, to get her to stop, but it's very taxing on his spiritual energy, or his cursed energy. And Kama is using his blood technique, manipulating his blood technique to damage Hanami, which Fushiguro sees this and he's like, oh snap, he was kind of holding back on me in the fight and everything like that. But they managed to make it outside of I think they're in the school. That part was never clear. I think they're in the school, and they make it outside, and this is where Toge is about to try to do their tactic again, where Toge stops Hanami and then Kama attacks. But Toge obviously is feeling the pressure, and not the pressure, but the toll of using his curse technique, and he starts to kind of like, it's a lot on his vocal cords, so it's kind of like giving out, and he's kind of the first one to falter away, which which makes Fushiguro think, okay, I gotta step in, gotta do some big stuff. But Toge is like, nah, bro, bonito flicks. And then he just like comes in and he like blasts away Hanami, but it does nothing. And oh my gosh. After he blasts away Hanami, this is where oh my gosh, Maki comes in and Hanami's like, yeah, you can't do nothing with your weapon. And Maki's like, yeah, bro, watch me try. And then her and Fushiguro do like this double team type of thing where Fushiguro grabs cursed objects out of the shadow realm and like hands it to Maki. And like they kind of go crazy. Now the cursed objects are or cursed weapons, they are graded the same way as the sorcerers, which is grade 4 through 1 and special grade. So Fushiguro pulls out a special grade cursed objects for Maki to use. And this seems like it does a little, like it hurts a little bit for Hanami because Hanami's like, oh, now that weapon, that'll do. And then they hit her off into the forest, and then Maki and Fushiguro give chase, and they're fighting, and they're doing their best. And also Fushiguro sends out his shadow dog, which his Shigagami shadow dog, which we also or demon dog, I forget what he calls it. But we figure out that when his Shinigami are destroyed, their power goes to the remaining Shikigami. So like if all of them get destroyed and it's only one left, that last one has all the power of his other Shikigami. So a lot of them have perished away. So Shadow Dog is pretty strong and is going after Hanami. And so now it's a 3v1. And Fushiguro and Maki have like a good technique where they're like trading off weapons and attacking and whatnot, but it's not enough to take out Hanami. Hanami has like some type of like plant seed thorn thing that she sticks inside of Fushiguro that feeds off of his cursed energy, so he has to like not use his cursed energy. And then Maki gets captured. But Maki's like, yo, Fushiguro, chill out, my boy. We did all we had to do. And that's where Todo and Yuji drop out of the sky, out of nowhere, and hit a mean superhero pose. One with Todo holding Maki on his shoulder, like, and then one with Yuji hitting the ground with his fist on the ground, like, did you miss me? He didn't say that, but that's what I pictured him saying. And so, with that being said, we get the opening sequence, and then we come back into the show. Todo hands off Maki to Panda, and he's like, yo, get Maki, get Fushiguro out of here, and everything like that. And then Panda bounces, and now it's Todo and Yuji versus Hanami. Except Todo's like, yeah, bro, I'm not fighting with you. And then Yuji's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm not going to fight with you unless you can get a black flash off. And then that's when they start to kind of explain a little bit what a black flash is. But anyways, they were saying, yeah, like, so a black flash is when a sorcerer is doing an attack, and at the very last second, they dispel like what's the adjective that I want to use? I'm just gonna say a huge amount of like a max. Let's just call it a max amount of cursed energy into their attack at the last second, like for like a literal split second, and like that amount of cursed energy just shows up as like black, which is where it gets the name like Black Flash because it's like a split second type of thing. But it like kind of, I think he said it counts as like double the damage or something. I don't know. He said some arbitrary
5
number.
times?
I thought he said 2 times.
Oh, I thought it was a lot more.
I thought it was a lot more, but when I heard it, that's why it stood out because I heard 2 and I was like 2. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. But I'll go back and listen to it again. But we'll say 2.5. 2.5 amount of damage. But anyways, he's like, yeah, so you got to do that. So Yuji is fighting Hanami, and then Yuji's like, yeah, I can do this, but he's like really upset about his friends getting hurt, and then Todo's like, yo, bro, you can't let your emotions get in the way. Gotta stay calm. And it's like, and he smacks him twice, just smacks him up a little bit. And then Yuji's like, all right, bro, I'm all good. And then he goes to fight Hanami, and he successfully gets off a Black Flash. And Todo's like, that's my little bro. That's my best friend. And then Yuji's like, oh. Like, also, when he was focusing for his Black Flash, my man was drooling and concentrating like super hard. And
Yeah.
Hanami was like, this amount of concentration is out of this world. And I was just like, all right, first off, He's just drooling. Stop. But it was cool to see him get his black flash off. And then Toto's like, all right, bro, I guess I can jump into the fight. And then that's when they just start throwing the hands. It gets real. I'm not gonna lie, it does get real. Hanami is like, yo, I guess I should take these guys kind of serious because like they're actually like throwing the real ones, not like those chumps Maki and Fushiguro. And so I think once they get off a couple of successful hits, I think Hanami starts to go kind of nuts, and she's like, all right, I'm gonna have to well, she didn't say anything. I don't know why I'm putting words in her mouth. She literally like grabs Toto and like throws him across, but sets up like a nice little thorn catching thing to catch him and impale him. And she's like, that's one down. But then Toto, beforehand, he was like, I guess I'm gonna have to use my technique. And then he was like, I can't explain my technique to you every time I want to explain my technique. We don't have time for this. We gotta do it. And so this is where he uses his technique, and all you hear is a nice solid clap, nice and crisp. And so with that, he switches places with Hanami, and Hanami's like, ah. And then they're just standing there like, And then Hanami's like, that's his technique. He switches places with people and everything like that. And so now the real fight begins. Hanami's like, I'm gonna take them very serious. And then Toto and Yuji are like, yeah, we're gonna take this serious. And then I think this is no, they fight for a little bit and everything like that. And then after fighting for a bit, we get like a little cutscene of Nanami talking about Black Flash, and he was like, yeah, Black Flash is like a really like big technique and everything like that. And then also like what Todo said, like only like the best sorcerers have ever like done it, and once you do it, like you reach like a peak, a pinnacle of like sorcery ability. But Nanami was like, yeah, the most anybody's ever really done is like what I did, and I really just got lucky, and I did like 4 in a row or something like that in one battle or at one time. And then all you see is Yuji just out here busting out Black Flashes like Black Flash, Black Flash, Black Flash, Black Flash, and then Toto's off to the side like, oh, best friend, I've always had a feeling or a premonition about you. And then like my man hits like 4 Black Flashes, and he's like, oh, you're gonna be amazing. And then he continues to hit Black Flashes after that. And then it's just like, he finally learns how to do it, and all of a sudden he's a subject matter expert. All right, whatever. But they're fighting, and wait, I think this is actually where the episode ends.
Yeah, I think it ends with him hitting the 4th flash.
Yeah,
because I was like, does that happen this episode or next episode? But I think they end off with him hitting the last flash.
Yeah. So what you think about this episode?
I like the episode, obviously. I like the beginning where Toge, Fushiguro and Kamo were kind of like coming up with a plan and trying to get it going. And then Hanami's just like slowly like eating away at their plan and driving them into a corner. And then Maki showing up at the last minute and her and Fushiguro going at it was really, really cool. Like they had a nice little fight there.
They were holding their own for a second.
Yeah.
They were holding their own for a second.
Even her getting like about to get choked out, and I was like, oh, you're not gonna do my girl like that, are you? And then she's like, hey, Fushiguro, wait, because he was about to unload. Every time he's about to unload like something, somebody comes in. But yeah. And then the superhero crash that they do was just like perfect. Like you usually have to wait like a couple seasons into a anime to get something like that. Like I remember there's moments in like Naruto and some other ones that they have that going in. This is what episode, well, I guess it's episode what?
20.
Yeah. So not I guess it did happen, or it took a little bit, but still that was a little epic thing. And then their fight was really good too. Like the way Toto was like doing the little his jutsu, the boogie woogie. The name is ridiculous. The name is ridiculous. And the amount of like strategy he could do with that was pretty wild. So it's pretty cool.
It was great.
Yeah, great fight. I loved it. Hanami going wild was pretty cool too. And then they're just brawling.
Yeah, honestly, it's just as peak as I remember it being.
Yeah.
It's just as good as I remember it being. I was like, hopefully this isn't a case of like I'm like nostalgia baiting myself into thinking like it's a great fight and it's really not. No, this is great.
Yeah.
I was in it. I was like, oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Oh man. I also liked it. I think it was very beneficial to hear about the cursed objects again because without spoiling anything, later on in a couple seasons, obviously they're using cursed objects, like the weapons and whatnot. And I was like, what's the significance of like the differences of them? Because they would use different ones. But it was nice to hear the explanation behind it again because it's like, oh, this makes sense when random question mark question mark question mark showed up and used question mark weapon, and it's like, duh, that makes sense why question mark wrecked everybody. So yeah, but yeah, I like to get that explanation. I definitely missed the part about Fushiguro's Shikigami the first time, so I was like, oh, that's new. Which I mean, it's old, obviously, but that's new to me. Um, and then also getting the explanation behind Black Flash. I feel like getting the explanation behind like all of the techniques and stuff that were used in this one was really beneficial because I feel like these are like principal or foundational things, and it's like it really makes a lot of things make way more sense. And I don't know where I was when I first watched this, but I'm here now. I don't know where I was to not even realize it, but I'm here.
Yeah, I think they do a good job explaining everything as it's going on and like not like slowing down the action too much. They like stick it in spots where it makes sense, and then they do it in such a way where it's like, okay, I'm not getting taken out of this, but you're still telling me, kind of giving me a short little explanation of how it's going to work.
Yeah.
So and then
One thing I
Toto
will
just
say
being
is,
like, yo, I'm not gonna help until you land it. Like, okay,
yeah,
bro. It's like, you
yeah,
might die. I'm not gonna help though.
yeah, even if you die. Which, which in the short amount of time that we've known Toto, it sounds exactly like something he would do. Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I was about to say something. Darn it. Oh yeah, I don't remember Hanami talking this much. When I first watched this, like even later on, I don't remember her talking this much. And so it was kind of nice to hear her like speak more. Because I thought she was more of the quiet one in like Togo. Jogo was the one that was doing like a lot of the talking, the volcano guy. So yeah. So yeah. But anyways, any more for this episode?
Nope. Great episode.
Yes, it was. All right. We are on to episode 20, which is non-standard, which I don't know why my brain blanked on saying that, but it's non-standard. Which, okay. Wait, how does this one open? I think this opens up with, wait, how does this one open? Anyways, so Toto and Yuji are fighting Hanami still. And I think this is where they're like going through it, and this is after obviously Yuji has done his black flashes, but Hanami does like this weird type of move where she's like, I'm gonna take you guys like super serious, and she like unsheaths her arm. I don't know if she said what her arm is, but she unsheaths her arm and she like fights them at full force pretty much. And she's like going crazy. But this is where Toad oh my gosh. This This is where, oh my god, this is where Toto is going crazy with his technique, and he's just clapping all over the place. And there's a lot of fighting. I did not know how to write the notes for it. I just wrote down fighting. But they did a lot of fighting. The key points are Toto pretty much is using his clapping techniques. Hanami is fighting at full force, and Yuji is the Black Flash Master at this point. Now in their fight, Toto is talking to Yuji, and he's like, "Yo, we got to figure this out." She has like 5 different attacks, one for clearing the area, one for kind of crowd control and everything like that. And so he's like, I'm gonna have to use my technique to like go crazy. And as they're fighting, he's like trading places with Yuji, and Hanami's kind of starting to get used to it, and they notice that she's getting used to it, and they're like, oh no, she's like attacking before he claps, and like it's kind of getting in the way. And so once they realize that, this is where Toto's like, got something for that. And so Yuji's like attacking, and then Hanami's like, oh snap, I gotta like go away because he's about to trade places with him. And then Toto's about to trade places with Yuji, and then Toto's like, and he claps, but nothing happens. And then he's like, yeah, bro, just because I clap don't mean we're going to trade places. And then she gets hit with another Black Flash from Yuji and everything like that. And then, like, some fighting happens. And then it goes into, like, this place where she's like, I'm so excited about fighting. And, like, I guess we cut to her talking to Mahito. Yes. And then, and it's about, like, I don't know, finding joy in fighting. And so she's like, I'm finding so much joy in fighting and everything like that. And it's been so long. I've never felt this feeling. And so, so with that, she does like this little, I kind of wish they gave names to some of these attacks. She does like a bulb thing behind her, like a tree thing, and it opens up into like the little tree things that she used to attack Fushiguro. Don't know what they're called. There's a lot of unknown attacks happening right now. But she does that, and then this is where she shoots them all at Toto and Yuji, and then Toto switches. Fudge. He like moves several things. So I think Toto switches places with Yuji, and then he switches places with Hanami, and then Hanami is like, oh snap, he can move 2 things at once, more than 2 things at once. And so with that, now Yuji is closer to the bulb machine thing. Hanami's in the middle. Toto's in the back. They're coming at him. He's like, don't worry, bro. I'm going to harden myself with cursed energy and survive the attack and everything like that. And then he goes into his mind and sees, I think the singer that he's always been talking about all this time. He like hallucinates. And then she's like, yeah, are you sure that that's the attack is going to be that way? He's like, yeah, man. It's like gonna take my blood or something. She's like, yeah, just because you assumed that with Fushiguro, but this is a special grade curse we're talking about. Are you sure that this is how it's gonna go? And he's like, you're right. The more logical answer would be cursed energy is what they feed off. And then it like pops up a little time step, like 100th of a second is all it took for him to figure that out. And then he literally like dispels all his cursed energy. They all kind of blow past him, and then Hanami's like, oh, he dispelled his cursed energy. She's surprised by everything this guy is doing. This is like insane. But then he like takes off the little thing. He's like, yeah, I got to be sure to thank her next time I go to the autograph signing and all of that. So that happens, and then they continue fighting for a little bit. I think at this point, Toto and Yuji kind of push Hanami back to the original point of the fight where they had intervened, where Fushiguro and Maki were. And so we get a little cutscene where Fushiguro is telling Toto that he left the cursed object in the lake. He was like, yo, check for that thing over there. And then so Toto is like, oh, I don't think she picked up on the fact that I can like switch places with like more than just people. It's anything that has even a slightest bit of cursed energy. And so he like switches Yuji with the cursed object, and he he uses the special grade object to attack Hanami, which does a good amount of damage, but it's not enough to take her out. And he's like, even with all of my strength in this object, I still couldn't take her out. And she's like, all right, bro, I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. And then like on her arm, she like begins, excuse me, she begins like taking the life force of nature and and turning it into power, and it only goes to her arm, which she didn't explain what it was, but it shows up and starts crackling with like energy, like electric energy. And then she's about to use it when the barrier actually breaks, and all you see is oh my gosh, what's his name? Gojo. All you see is Gojo standing up there, and yeah, okay. One, I'm never gonna get used to this show and all of the names. There's so many names, and everything is happening so fast that I have to say names, and it's ridiculous. And we all know that I'm bad with names. I just feel the need to say this. I feel like I'm doing a great job. Thank you. All right, continue watching. Okay, so Gojo is standing up there, and then Gojo standing up there. Then we get a cutscene cutting to old man principal and his guitar, and the other dude that's obsessed with like making furniture out of human remains or bones. And he's fighting him. And then we get a cut to, I don't know her name, but she's the head teacher of the Kyoto school. And then she's fighting with dude that has sword, which I did miss his name. I watched it twice and I missed his name both times, and I'm upset about that. But also May and Nobara show up, which I mean that's not weird because they were together, but for them to like be teaming up for this is like kind of nuts. But they're still bickering, so it makes it less nuts. But this is all before the barrier breaks, and then like they're talking and they're like, oh well, we're gonna beat you. And then May is like walking away because she's like, well, I'll cover you. And as she says that, the barrier breaks. And then dude with the sword, he's like, out of here, not about to stick around for this, and he dips. And then we cut back to Old Man Principal with his guitar as he does some sick licks on the guitar. And then the weird guy with the axes that likes to make furniture out of people's bones, he's like, oh snap, I get it, you're the amp and everything like that, and use your cursed energy and yada 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 blah blah blah. And then with that, it breaks again. It's all of this is happening simultaneously. We get to see it break twice. So Gojo is standing up there and he's like, oh, who should I help first? So I help out Yuji and Toto, who are fighting a special grade curse, which if it was me, I probably would have went over there first and helped them out, but whatever. He's like, oh, Yuji's with Toto? They're fine. Makes sense why why Yuji is so strong right now, because he teamed up with Toto, and obviously he would teach him a bunch of lessons during the event. I don't know why he would assume that, but whatever. I guess that's the type of guy Toto is. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna go over here. And then he like literally like blinks over to a random guy that likes to make furniture out of people's bones. And I don't know what he does, but he uses his eyes and like his hands and breaks all of his limbs. And he's like, all right, old man principal guy, heal him up. We got questions to ask him. Now I'm gonna help them with the special grade curse. And I don't know what he does, but he's like, this one likes to run away. I'm far away. I could use a nice special technique. And then he's all excited and he's like, cursed energy blue, cursed energy red. And then like they come together and he's like cursed energy purple. And he shoots a purple cursed energy orb across the field. And Yuji's about to go to attack Hanami when Toto's like, wait, brother, don't take another step or you'll be caught in it. And then literally like 2 seconds later, orb just flashes across the screen, and then there's like a giant chasm in the ground, and everything that's in its path is literally destroyed. And they're like, well, we don't know if the curse got exercised or not, but it's gone. And um and literally they're like, well, we still don't know why any of them were there, which is where the episode ends with Mahito kind of finishing his secret mission inside of the school, which was to grab Sukuna's fingers that school had, which was their mission, of course, was to grab Sukuna's fingers. And that's where the episode ends. with him having Sukuna's finger in his hand. What'd you think about that one? That was so long-winded. Oh my goodness.
I thought it was good. Really good fight, of course. It was nice seeing Toto's reactions to everything, how he improvised during the fight. Even Yuji like getting his licks in, Hanami having fun, and then kind of slowly adapting to it, just like Mahito did in his fight, I guess. I think he was about to do his innate domain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, domain expansion.
Domain expansion before Gojo pops in. Even that was just like pow. I was like, oh, okay. I'm surprised Gojo didn't go after him first too. That was the only thing. Because I'm sure old Principal Dude could take care of himself, but whatever.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like he said, oh, Toto? Yeah, all right, I don't have to worry about nothing. They got some time. I was like, it's like, isn't it the other way around?
Well, I mean, I guess that just shows how strong Toto is. And I think he was just like, yeah, Toto and Yuji are like vibing, so I'm sure they're both picking, kind of like feeling the other one out.
Yeah.
And then that would help them both get a little bit stronger, or at least Yoji. So
yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So I thought it was a good time, or Yuji, sorry. I thought it was a good fight. I liked everybody's little attacks and stuff. I like learning more about people's powers. So I think they did a good job showing off everything. Even Gojo's move was like fancy AF, but yeah.
Yeah, super flashy. Yeah. Okay. So they did a lot of explaining of Toto's move. Well, not even a lot, but his moves got the most explanation, and so did Black Flash. But like Gojo's moves and Hanami's moves did not get any type of explanation for real.
Yeah. Especially Hanami. Oh. Hanami was just like, yo, I'm doing this stuff. Looks dangerous, doesn't it? So
yeah. Right. Oh, that looks very lethal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a good episode overall as well.
Yeah, good episode.
There was a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. That's what we want. That's why we're here.
Yep.
But yeah, well, that is the anime section. We're going to Toku.
Well, let's get it started. We're going to be doing episodes 25? Yeah, 25, 26, 27, and 28 of Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger and Kamen Rider Ryuki.
Dude, I promise you, it's just that type of night.
Yeah. Starting with Scroll 25, Ghost and Schoolgirl, Abaketo, Jogakuse. So, did they change the opening? I think they changed the opening. So, vibing with the new opening. They definitely changed some of the images, I think, in it. And I did like, I think they did this in the first part of the opening as well, where the beats for the Jikanja spears showing up, they do it on the beats. So it's just like boom, boom, boom. And then it's like showing each of their faces. And then they're like in a group on the last beat. It's pretty cool how they do that. The opening is a vibe. I liked it. Yeah.
They did change it 2 episodes ago. They did.
No, I think they've been doing that from the beginning, but the timing just seemed to hit really on this one. So I thought I would say something. But I think from the beginning, they've like done the beats and shown each of the commanders. So that was pretty cool.
No, I meant they added in the Hurricaneger into it. Like it showed up in the episode. It was the same. And then I think 2 episodes after they changed it. Yeah,
they also showed up the Hurricainger inside the first part of the episode where they're showing the main Rangers. So that was pretty cool too. Yeah. Anyway, Satorakura is back with a new plan and a pretty freaky ninja, Ben Payan, the smallest ninja who attacks women. So the Rangers show up in the city when they get word that something's going on. But Banpayan does some prep work. He casts some sort of ninjutsu, and then he disappears. Then they see Satarakura, who pops up, and then he's like, "Don't worry, guys, no quizzes this time." And then all the Rangers are like relieved that they don't have to do any more quiz games or riddles. And then Kota gets grabbed by this random girl or Satarakura kind of disappears with the rest of Jakanja. And then Kota ends up getting grabbed by this girl who ends up being next to him and acts like she knows him. And then he gets forced on a date without really knowing who she is. And then they have a little montage of going to shops and stuff. And they are playing a Morning Musume song that is from back then. I forget which one. I don't think it's... I think it's a Morning Musume song. I just remember hearing that. The girl reveals herself to be Kota's grandma, who came back with the 6th energy beam from Banpayan. So originally Banpayan was supposed to steal the force from 5 ladies, and he actually ended up taking it from 6. So 5 beams went out to different parts of the city, and then we learned that the 6th beam actually brought back Kota's grandma as a spirit. The other 5 revive dead ninjas, who then go on a rampage in different parts of Japan. The grandma, who wants to be called Ayaya, tries to stop Kota from going to the fight, but then he runs off anyway. The Rangers split up to fight all of the monsters in the different areas of Japan, and then end up defeating them. But after they get defeated, the ninjas just come back, so they can't defeat them. Ayaya ends up acting up as bait to get Banpayan to come out. And then Kota destroys it in the weakest explosion. There's like this small little explosion that comes off when he fights it. But then it comes back and it's acting like it's getting large, but it's just normal size. Instead of the giant size, and then it just gets destroyed again. And then this time it comes back as the giant size. The Rangers head out in the Shinobi machines and then send Pujin, but Banpayan sucks all of their energy. Hurricaneger eventually shows up and replaces Nanami's spot inside the Gatai, or the combination of Senpujin. And then they become Tenku Senpujin, and then defeat Banpayan, and then all of the ghosts from the ninjas that the rest of the Rangers are still fighting disappear, as well as Kota's grandma, which is sad. But that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
One, grandma's weird as heck. I was like, you want to go on a date with your grandson? I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, they do say that like Kota reminds her of his grandfather, which
I was
like I was fine with it, because date doesn't necessarily mean like date. It could just be a date, but like not really a date.
Yeah.
But once she started talking about how he looked like grandfather, I was like, I don't know now. Now it is kind of weird.
I was like, got some explaining to do, grandma.
Yeah.
Got some explaining to do. but I mean, this was a cool episode. We've had I'm not gonna lie, we've had a lot of heavy hitter episodes kind of up until now. So this one was pretty like a pretty baseline episode. I thought it was funny to get the introduction of like the little small mosquito.
Yo, and that guy was freaky. He was all on Wendy. Like, I was like, what are these guys doing? He was just sitting on Wendy's boob. And everybody, even she was just like, hey, what are you doing? And then like flicked him away eventually.
Like, how long are you going to stay here?
Yeah. I was like, okay, what are we doing here? But that was pretty funny.
But it was cool. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty baseline episode. Nothing crazy happened in this one.
Yeah, nothing crazy. This felt more like a normal weekly Sentai show. But it was really like dramatic. And I think they fit a lot into this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about like with the grandma? It was like super
Yeah, the
dramatic.
grandma, that story, like her talking about why she didn't want Kota fighting was because I think his grandfather like passed away in like a
The
war.
war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she didn't even get to spend time with him or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was kind of
That is
sad.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is dramatic.
And then flashback seeing Kyoto with his grandma and her going like, butt or something like that. Like, this is a butt. It's like, okay, that's a weird grandma, but
Oh.
yeah.
That did make me laugh.
Yeah. But it was a nice episode. Like, they did a good job. I don't know.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Yeah, same. No complaints. Yeah. That's all I got for this one. It was pretty baseline for me.
Yeah. So we can keep moving to Scroll 26, the bow and arrow and sea bathing. Yumiya to Kaisi Yoku. So we get a new mob showing up in the town whose name is Cupid. And he shoots the star. Ishu stops an attack. So he shoots some random people in the city. There's this pop star that Nanami is kind of into. And then he ends up, Cupid has he's Cupid themed, and he's a mouse, where the Chu comes from. Yo, it's okay. Well, we'll get to it at the end. So Cupid shoots arrows. Ishu is around, and he ends up stopping the attack. The Rangers had been questioning him early about Iko's health. Kazuya and Ishu both fall. Kazuya is the name of the pop star that Nanami is into. They both get shot by arrows from Cupid, and then they see Nanami and fall for Nanami, while chaos ensues around the rest of the city, as everybody in the city gets shot by Cupid's arrows and fall in love with whatever they see next. So people are falling in love with trees, dogs, or animals, and like plants. Like, it's pure chaos. Eventually Ishu starts trying to win Nanami over, and he gets kind of a hint from the rest of the squad. They're like, yeah, pick a cute animal. So he gets a cow and tries to give it to Nanami, and that fails pretty badly. I mean, what do you expect? But they're on the beach when it happens. Cupid starts. Nanami is at the beach with Kazuya for a date, and then Ishu ends up showing up there. He ends up punching Kazuya, and then as those two start fighting over Nanami, Cupid ends up popping up and starts attacking everybody, and then he really hurts Nanami as she gets crossed into the fire. And then after that happens, Hurricaneger ends up being Kazuya. So Kazuya turns out to be actually Hurricaneger. So he turns into his green form, and then he starts fighting with Ishu, and then they all end up being taken out by Cupid. Ishu ends up manning up and then defeating Cupid after getting shot like multiple times with his arrows, and then he breaks the spells, but Cupid comes back as a giant. Nanami's leg is hurt, so she's kind of out for the fight. And then the Go Rider come and Hurricaneger, and they end up combining into Tenku Go Raijin. And then Oboro, you get a shot of Oboro, and she's just like, whatever. I'm not surprised anymore. This stuff seems to be happening way too frequently. So that ends up happening. And I think that they destroy Cupid, and then that's kind of the end of the episode. The spells get broken, everybody goes back to normal. Ishu seems like he's fallen for Nanami again, but that's what happens at the end of the episode. What'd you think?
I thought this one was funny. First off, I thought them inviting Ishu out in the very beginning, and then Anonymous like, "Oh, I gotta go," and then Ishu's like, "Bro, what am I here for?" like, why, what? And so he walks off. They're like, "Oh, he's upset." Okay, well, I still gotta go. And then like she dips off. I was like, hey, yo, you're gonna lose a friend.
Well, they
But
just called him out for like, they were like, hey, how's your brother? Or something stupid, silly. Like, I don't even,
yeah,
I think, and then he was like, what, you guys call me out just for this? Like, what are you doing?
yeah, they called him out for nothing. um, uh, I thought it was the whole Cupid thing. I thought was interesting.
So here's the thing. Cupid, this is like Oyaji gag times 2. So Cupid, Chu is the sound. So Chu is the sound of a kiss. Chu. And then Chu is also like the squeaking sound that mice make. So that's where Cupid, because Cupid and Chu for all of those things, and that's where it came from.
Squeaky Cupid.
And then kiss, because Chu for the kiss. It's
cute. It's cute.
It is like the dad joke of dad jokes. That's basically what a Oyaji gag is.
Yeah. Because, like, during the episode, I kept saying, like, it said squeak. But he was like, chew, chew. And I was like,
Because
like,
Chew is also kiss.
Yeah.
But he also squeaks because he's a mouse. It's so, like, it's so stupid. And it's stupid in this way that a dad joke is. Like, it's not stupid in the way, like, I'm mad at it. Well, I'm mad at it, but you're mad at it, like, if you heard a dad joke.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is the most stupidest thing ever. But it's not bad. It's just...
it's just... bad.
Yeah. Bad in one way, but not, like, bad. But this...
At the end of the day, I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was cool to see them, I guess, trying to win over Nanami. The cow was, I mean, I get it, you know, who wouldn't want to have their own cow to get their own milk, you know, and yeah, the cow was a bad idea. I don't know why he got a cow. I was trying to help. I can't. That was a bad one. Even they were like, "Ooh, I don't know about the cow." But I mean, he's a country guy. What do you expect?
The shot with Iko, like on the side of the bridge, where he has the little ninja thing going in front of him, and then it falls off so you can see him.
He said, "Well, if you're serious about this issue, I support you fully." I was like, "Hey, they're being so dramatic."
Like, this is another, like, just weekly Sentai episode. But it's still good. I don't know.
It's so good.
It's so stupid. And it felt kind of like when they were at the beach, I was like, okay, guys, did you just want to get Bee and Wendy in bikinis? Because Bee and Wendy are out.
It's so out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is random. I was like, what is happening? I said, as long as we get Wendy saying that, you know, she made somebody big again, I'm cool. Which we did not get.
Yeah.
I'm sad. But yeah, I was like, all right, whatever. But but it was a good episode. At the end, well, also when Issue transformed to the Go Ranger, and then like the other dude was like, "Yo, you're not the only one who could fight." I was like, what? He's taking him on inside of his Ranger form? How is this happening? And then he was like, he took, like, what was it, like a baseball or a beach ball or something? And then, like, he turned it into his Hurricaneger.
I don't remember, but yeah, I was the same way. I was like, yo, is the arrow just going to make him, like, incredibly strong or something? This is wild. And then he turns into Hurricaneger. And I was like, bro.
I was like, come on, Wayne.
I was gone. I was like,
how is he everywhere? And then he explains in the beginning, he was like, yeah, man, I took his place, and then I actually ended up getting hit by the arrow. I was like, oh goodness.
So,
man.
And that's like the type of thing that would have like really made me angry last series, but this one is just like,
it makes sense.
Okay. I
don't know what it is. I just think the characters are likable. That's it. They're just so likable.
And
Dude,
it
I'm
came
telling
from,
you.
like, I didn't call it. And I should have called it. Like, you should have, like, everybody should be, like, suspicious that way. But I was just so into the story, and I'm like, oh, this random person is actually going to start trying to attack him? And then it turns into the
Right.
Hurricaneger, and I'm just like, yeah.
It's literally what episode number 5 in a row of this happening. Like, come on, I should have knew. It's the only other character besides the Rangers that's still here.
So
Yeah, but the fact that dude didn't notice it until like he literally transformed was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That was good. But yeah, I enjoyed it. That was a good. This actually was a good episode. This is a good one. Oh man.
Well, let's keep it going with Scroll 27. Skewers
Yes.
and Zero Gravity. Kushiyaki to Mujiryoku. Mujiryoku. Ryoku. Yeah. So we start out with Yosuke going to a yakitori restaurant to act as a part-timer. And the owner, we get a little scene with them, and then the owner and he are trying, they don't see each other's face, but they're like, this person sounds familiar, and then they both kind of check each other out, and then we find out that the owner is actually a person who failed out of ninja school. Meanwhile, Jikanja's Omokaru is sticking everybody with stickers on their bodies, and then the Hurricaneger arrive on the scene to fight him, but then they get beat down pretty quickly. But nevertheless, Hurricaneger shows up at the beginning and helps them fight him off. And then Tai, the owner, who is Tai Shoichiro, tries to convince Yosuke that he should quit the Hurricaneger, and that he was a failure like him. Omokaru tries to show up again, but this time the Go Rider arrived to help out the Hurricaneger, and then they all end up being stuck with stickers and trapped in the air. Eventually, Yosuke gets trapped into the ground. Taisho ends up coming to try to help out Yosuke, but then they get attacked, and then Yosuke ends up escaping, being trapped in the ground, and then he defeats Omokaru after freeing everybody else from the Jitsu. Omokaru gets large then, and then they end up going with Gorai Senpujin, giant mode, and then defeat him for good. Yosuke says that Taisho quit to protect his wife and baby at the end, so they defeat the bad guys. They go back to the yakitori shop, and then Yosuke says that he figured everything out. Taisho actually quit to protect his wife and baby, but who knows for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much this episode. What'd you think?
Yeah. I thought that this one was cool. It was nice to see, I guess, a little bit of Yusuke and his classmate.
Yeah,
Yosuke in the school. And also to see just them kind of running through training thing. Like, granted, it's quick and it's like not really super in depth, but it's nice to get a glimpse of it at least. And like when he gets out of the ground, Yusuke he does the same little move that when they were in the water and couldn't get out and everything like that. And I was like, oh, look at that, it's full circle. He'd actually learned how to do some things. But I think something that stood out to me for this one that I noticed throughout the season so far has been that the Rangers haven't won every fight, and that it's kind of believable like when they do win, and it's not like a power creep type of thing. It's more so just like
it's like they win by technique, not necessarily by strength.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes more sense than just oh right, we're Rangers. We could just win. It's like nah, because and they're all winning doing different things. Like some monsters are better at other things, so the go rankers would be better at it, whereas the Shurikenger kind of gets stomped a little bit, and then the Shurikenger kind of comes in and saves the Hurricangers, and the Hurricangers kind of come in and save the Shurikenger. It's like they're all kind of like helping out, and like it makes sense. Like, oh yeah, they're a team. Like obviously they all have strengths and weaknesses, and everything like that. Because even the Shurikenger, like he didn't just come in and just start being OP or anything like that. Like granted, he is good and he comes in and helps out, but he still has his shortcomings too. And it's like, I don't know. I just thought it was like subtle, but it's like it makes it a little bit more grounded in a sense, like more believable.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was good seeing all of the guys in the school uniform running around in the flashbacks. The owner was a kind of annoying a little bit, trying to get everybody to quit all the time. I was like, why are you trying to get them to drop out like you? And then I thought it was funny that his memory didn't get erased because when the the Mechatronic came, he said he just beat it up.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And then later she was like, I can't believe you got punched and didn't tell me.
Yeah.
It's little stuff like that, man.
Yeah. That was good. And then like him being kind of whipped by his wife, his pregnant wife, was funny too. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then also at the end, when like little robot thing showed up, I was like, "Oh snap! They're about to wipe his memory."
Yeah.
And then they just end up singing, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Are they gonna do it now?" And then it's like, "We'll never forget you." I was like, "Oh, now it's happening," and then it just never happened. I was like, "Oh, that's sweet."
Yeah. So maybe he'll come back. Who knows? But yeah, another good weekly episode. I don't know.
Yeah. It was good. It was nice. This week seems like it's been like more of just like the weekly, just kind of get into the next part episodes.
Yeah, but they've been pretty good. So let's see if they can end off the week that same way with Scroll 28, the Hurrier and the Counterattack. Hariato Gyakushu. So we open this one up with Magatame Mark II rampaging in the city. And then Senpujin is fighting it, but Ishu can't find Iko, so they can't launch Goraijin to help out. Megatame Mark II is a mix between, it looks like, what's his name? Saraton? No. Not Sataraku. What's it?
You're talking about the pink big monster and then the green one?
Yeah, what's his name? His name is something. I don't remember. But basically he stole the ideas of all of the other robots, and that's kind of how he did Megatame Mark II. And then while they're fighting, it even ends up having its own kind of Hurrier mode. And then the Hurricaneger kind of get destroyed as Iko comes back to the battle after having a meeting with somebody that we don't know. Ishu ends up following Iko another time, and then he finds out he's been visiting an old teacher of theirs. Then Man Maruba attacks the brothers, while Sargaren attacks in his Magatame Mark II. So Sargaren was piloting the Megatagame. And then Man Maruba is, of course, obsessed with the Goraijin, so he tries to attack the brothers. He ends up retreating because he thinks that Iko is about to perish. And then the Goraijin head off to the fight after Hurricaneger kind of shows up, frees the teacher, and then for some reason goes and kind of tells Iko or that he should talk to Ishu about him trying to basically ignore his own pain for the sake of the planet. But anyway, they end up heading out, and then they combine into Gorai Senpujin and defeat Megatame Mark II in the end. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. This was a pretty quick one, mostly centered around Iko and him trying to get some help for the egg that was inside of his chest from the teacher. That's pretty much the end of that episode. What'd you think?
I think I always like a continuation story, so I like that they're continuing the whole scorpion egg inside of his chest type of thing. Eco, I mean. So I think that's cool. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I don't know his name. The one who put the scorpion egg inside of his chest.
Maruba?
Hibara?
Maruba.
Maruba. Yeah, him. He kind of made it so that it like grows faster or something like that.
I don't know if he said grows faster. I'm surprised. So that's the one thing that I was confused about, because they remove. Well, I guess those were scorpions, not an egg. So why can't Hurricaneger get rid of this one?
I don't know. I thought that he did, but obviously in the past couple episodes, he's been having chest pain, so I guess he did. That part never made sense. Well, doesn't make sense to me.
I was gonna say, why didn't it hatch either? But I guess if he's been going to the teacher to get, the teacher was kind of holding it at bay, it makes a little bit of sense. So
yeah, that part makes sense.
Yeah.
But I do remember Maruba saying that, on the next full moon, he's going to die. So I guess he has like a couple more weeks.
Yeah,
we're probably going to get a end to the storyline come the next full moon. So probably, I don't know, another 4 or 5 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, I was surprised they haven't dealt with that yet, though. So
yeah, that's a good way to prolong it, though. It's like give it a little time stable.
Yeah, and he hasn't really been into the action lately, so yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense because he's been kind of dealing with that. Yeah, I don't think he's really been in too many fights.
Not for real, because he missed one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that was the one this episode.
And then when he does, I think he gets, because Cupid? I think he fought Cupid.
Yeah, he fought Cupid.
I think that's the last time.
Yeah, because he definitely missed another one. They were like, "Oh snap! The Go Rangers aren't going to make it."
Yeah.
Was that this one?
Did he fight Cupid? He didn't fight Cupid.
Well,
no,
he fought Cupid. When they went into the robot suit, they fought Cupid, but Ishu fought Cupid on his own.
Yeah.
Like nobody else fought Cupid.
He fought the ghosts, the ghost ninjas. And then I think he was kind of out for the Cupid fight for the most part.
Yeah.
And then he came in for the fight against what was the other one they were fighting? The last one against what's his face?
Shara.
Omo Karu. Which is heavy and light. Karui to omoi.
Oh, the gravity guy?
Yeah. So he came in for a little, but I think he got hurt during that fight too. Like it looked like his chest was hurting him. So yeah, I think they've been pretty good, pretty consistent about him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been all hot and cold.
Yep.
But overall, it was good. I mean, overall, this was a good episode. I like to see that the spears, not the pillars, the spears were they're doing different things, and that they're not just in the background. Like they actually have things going on. Like the other guy was probably just building his suit, and then he came out with his suit and he made improvements on it. And like, he won his first battle with them, and he got a passing grade, which is like, oh yay, passing grade, yeah. And then he came back with some improvements, but then also one of the other I keep wanting to say spillers, spears. He's like, he has different motivations, or he has a whole completely different plan, and like you get to see them doing different plans at the same time, and so it's pretty cool. I would say I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, good episode.
Yep. And I think that pretty much ends the week for Ninpuu Sentai Hurricaneger. So we're going to keep it moving to Kamen Rider Ryuki. Episode 25, Combining Oja. Gatai Suru Oja. So this episode starts out with Shiro saying that the riders need to find Yui before they can get their powers back because they all of their contract cards got cleared at the end of last episode and they got kicked out of the mirror world. Asakura says he got his burns. So Reiko is trying to investigate Asakura, and he says he got his burns trying to protect his brother from a fire that was in their house when they were kids. Rin and Shinji go off looking for Yui. They go to the house, they find a picture, and then they end up finding her on a beach that was shown in the picture. But while they are there, they get attacked by another monster and kind of run off because they can't transform. And then Shiro has a little chat with Yui. Reiko ends up finding Asakura's brother and tries to convince him to go meet Asakura because Asakura really wanted to try to see his brother, and he had actually been trying to save his brother, as far as Reiko knows. The brother doesn't want to do it, but then Rin and Shinji show up and they try to convince, or Shinji tries to convince him as well. So they start all heading out to Asakura's position. But while they are on the way, Asakura runs out in front of the car, stops them, and then starts talking to everybody and ends up letting his monster eat his brother. And then he knocks out Reiko really quick with a gut punch. Rin, Shinji, and Asakura transform and go into Mirror World to fight. And then Zolda shows up to join the fight with Knight and Ryuki. Zolda, Knight, and Oja end up fighting while Ryuki fights with the monster that was kind of going after everybody. And then Oja creates a new contract with another monster and then has all three of them combined, and that's where the episode ends off. So what did you think?
This guy, man. Freaking Oja.
3.
Freaking Oja. He took the stingray from the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Sounds like a stingray.
Also, stingray. But man, also this guy. He's so devious. He said, I just want to see my brother again. Oh. And then he shows up, he's like, eat and feast upon my brother. And I'm just like, wait, hold up. Oh my gosh. I was like, you know what? It was too good to be true. Shouldn't have believed it. I was like, oh man, here I was thinking he actually was gonna change. I was like, we're gonna get some. Just more blood.
Yep.
More bloodshed. He is just unredeemable. Unredeemable. He's up there on our Mount. What is it? Mount Rushmore of villains. But yeah, actually, it was cool. It was a nice episode. As far as honestly building upon the writer, like. Now we know that they can have more than 2 contracts. They can probably have as many contracts as they want at one time. Like thinking about it, as long as they have a contract card. So
yeah, which I guess they only get from Shiro. So
yeah, hey, he's playing favorites.
Yeah,
favorites, crazy. Yeah, well, we're gonna see how that ends, but. I think they learned their lesson. What's her name? Reiko? Reiko?
Yeah.
Reiko? Yeah, she's not going to be so trusting of our people anymore.
Yeah, you would think so. She got played really bad.
She really did. She really did. Oh, bless her heart, though.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I also like the episode. I think it was just continuing on with the path. Asakura... Like Shinji wanting to change, getting on his new kick of changing the writers in their human form instead of trying to, I guess, change the writers themselves. And then immediately everybody's trying to get Asakura to change his tune. And then that turns out horribly. So we'll see what happens to the boy Shinji. But yeah, good episode. I liked it.
Yeah.
Poor Akira, Asakura's brother. That dude.
Oh man, he did not see it coming at all,
Yeah.
literally.
I was thinking they were going to go with actually, it was the little brother who had been doing all of the crazy stuff, and the older brother was just covering for him. But yeah, Asakura's just bad. That's
Yeah,
one
he's
guy
bad.
they probably should just take care of.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, if there's one person, what's his name, Shinji, should fight, just go ahead and just get him out the way. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
Just shut above, man. Just do it.
So, yeah. Let's keep it moving with episode 26, Zolda's Assault, Zolda no Kogeki. So Knight powers up, and then he, with his, what's the card that he has?
The contract? You talking about Oja?
No, Knight. Knight has the
Knight?
Survive card.
Oh, survive card.
Yeah. And then he and Oja kind of charge each other. And then they all kind of leave Mirror World with Reiko and Shinji trying to focus. They leave with Reiko. Well, they leave Mirror World, and then they leave the area with Reiko and kind of tell Reiko that Asakura's brother just kind of left as soon as he saw Asakura. So Shinji keeps trying to focus on changing writers, and his next focus is Kitaoka. But when he goes to visit him, he ends up getting roped into helping him out as kind of his secretary / butler. Someone comes to threaten Kitaoka for his lawyer work, but that person seems to be targeted by another monster. So Shinji and Kitaoka go after them to try to track them down, to try to keep them from dying to the monster. Meanwhile, Yui thinks she can convince Shiro to stop whatever he's doing, and then heads out with Ren, and also tells Ren that she knows about Eri, and then they go to visit Eri while she has kind of some sort of event happen at the hospital, and looks like she goes to surgery. The monster ends up finally attacking the guy, and Shinji and Kitaoka go on the attack and finally defeat it. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, Eri's alarms had gone off. At the end of the episode, Eri's alarms go off and she gets rushed into like surgery or something like that. Meanwhile, Reiko pulled tapes from the jail that Asakura was at, and she's scrolling through them when she finally sees a glimpse of a figure in one of the mirrors that the video is pointed at. And that's kind of where they leave off at the end of the episode. What'd you think?
It was, I mean, I sound like a broken record. Like, oh my gosh, I thought it was a great episode. It sounds cool. It was a good episode in my opinion. Also, I like the fact that Reiko's not, incompetent. That she's like thinking of different ways to try to figure out what's going on, and that people can see if they look close enough. Like I don't, or I guess I don't know if it's just her, but I know her and Yui can see people in the mirror world, but I don't think a lot of people can. So I wonder what that means as far for Reiko, if she has some type of something special going on. Somebody slipped a card into her pocket, so now she can see. Because I feel like if you're touching like a card or like you're touching one of the deck holders, you can see it into the mirror world. But I don't know. I don't know how she's able to see it because she saw Akuraka, Oja. She saw Oja in the mirror.
Asakura?
Asakura in the mirror and in the car passing by outside, and now she sees him again in the prison footage. So I don't know. I would like to hear more about that. Also, I thought she was really cute, which is why I went back to Kawaii song. I was like, oh man, she's so cute. And then and everything like that. It was this episode specifically. I said, oh my god, she's so cute. Gullible. Like literally his little brother's dead because of you. But you're so cute. But I thought when Knight and Oja rammed each other, it was a little jarring for me just for them to just cut away and everybody just survives. I thought somebody was going to get hit or at least hurt, but I guess not. And then Shinji, Shinji. This guy literally turned into Gota,
Goro.
Goro. He literally turns into Goro, and I was like, that's how Kitaoka does it. I said, that's how he does it. But we also didn't we get a little bit of backstory for Goro this time, as far as like why he sticks around?
Yeah, because Kitoko had his hand hurt, which is why Shinji, I guess, was helping out. But they say, or Goro, we end up finding out that Goro is sticking around, or we think he's sticking around because he feels some debt to Kitooka. And Kitooka would have, or he says that Kitooka could have been cured if he had gone to the hospital instead of kind of defending him. Yeah, during his trial. So
yeah. So I thought that was cool to get that type of like backstory for Goro.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Shinji is like he's like a Shoichi in a sense.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So it's cool. It's endearing to an extent. So I enjoyed it. What you think about it?
I liked it. Trying to save everybody as always. I like how they're kind of gradually giving us a little bit more information and a little bit more information. I'm surprised Reiko's getting as far as she is with her story. Like I really thought, no, because she's finding out about everything, and it's like, okay, how much is she going to find out? She's probably going to find out everything, and it's like, what's going to happen? Yeah, so we'll see, but she's on it, so won't hide for long. But all in all, good episode. I liked it.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, but let's keep it moving with episode 27, the 13th Rider, Jusango Rider. So we open this one up with Rin sensing that a monster seems to be tracking some sort of kid nearby. So Rin goes, transforms, and chases after the monster. While he's doing that, the kid actually looks inside the mirror and sees Rin fighting. The monster ends up escaping, and when he does, Rin comes out of the mirror world and he gets tracked by the little kid, who keeps pestering him until Rin takes him back to the cafe. Meanwhile, Yui goes back to the house that she had been investigating and then kind of has a conversation with Shiro, and then she kind of goes wild and starts uncovering mirrors, throwing stuff, and then they kind of have a huge fallout, with her ending up telling Shiro that they're no longer siblings. And then Shiro says something mysterious like, that's okay. Like, it'll be fixed in a little bit, or something like that. Which, creepy AF.
Yeah.
But we cut back to the cafe. Shinji ends up taking on the protection, or protecting the little kid from Rin. And then Goro ends up coming to the cafe and confronts Shinji to learn his gyoza recipe. But while they're trying to work on that, the kid ends up stealing Shinji's card deck and kind of running away. They end up tracking him down, and then Rin transforms again to fight the monster. This time he seems to be losing on purpose, so the kid kind of stops glorifying fighting because the kid is only thinking about trying to become a Kamen Rider, because he thinks that fighting is cool and he'd be able to fight the kids at his school. But then he kind of sees Rin getting beat up and how dangerous it looks, and he kind of gets scared a little bit. And then Goro and Shinji are kind of like talking to him like, yeah, you don't want this, you should change your ways, because this isn't all that you think it is supposed to be. But during the fight, he gets attacked by Zolda and Oja, and they kind of like blindside him. Then Shinji transforms and joins into the fight, and suddenly a new rider enters the fight through. He like appears shrouded in golden light, and he reveals himself, or they reveal themselves as the 13th rider, and says that the final rider alive needs to beat him. Like he's the final boss. And then Reiko kind of arrives at the cafe and looks at a photo and says, hey, this person Shiro died a year ago in America. And that's where we cut off the episode. What'd you think? Yeah.
I thought it was cool. Wait. Okay. I thought it was cool. One, that kid was annoying.
Yes.
Yeah. Annoying, yeah. He was like, how? He's touching me. I was like, bro, you want to go with him. I don't know if that's what you want to say, because as soon as he grabs you and somebody comes over, it's going to be done. It's like, oh, no, he wasn't really touching.
Well, it was black metal. But you would figure that somebody would have stepped in with the stuff that he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just thought he was being a bratty kid. He kind of gave that impression. Yeah. So. But did he see them? Did he actually see him fighting in the?
I think he saw him fighting. Oh, I don't know, because he just went henshin. But I think he saw him fighting in the mirror.
Okay. Okay.
And he definitely saw him afterwards. But yeah, he was touching the card deck then. But I think he had to see him fight. Yeah, because he was like I think he saw him fighting in the mirror.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I thought one, I feel like this speaks to Ren's development as a character to bring the kid to the cafe. He's like, you know what, kid? I'll take you on as an apprentice. You'll come with me and learn the ways of the rider. And so he brought him back, not because the kid was annoying. He's like, bro, I need to get rid of this kid. Yo, Shinji, take care of this kid.
I mean, I wouldn't give him too much. I wouldn't give him too much credit, because as soon as he did it, he shoved him off to Shinji.
Yeah, and then he went to sleep. Yep. So, of course, it's not that reason. Come on, give my guy Ren some credit. But, anyways, I thought that was cool. One, Goro and Shinji, are honestly, they're great together. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, Goro just shows up, he's like, and then Shinji's like, and then he's like, I just want your girls a recipe. And he's like, oh, okay. I was like, you guys are literally best friends. Best friends. I'm shipping it. So, best friendship. Best friendships.
Okay.
All right. But yeah. Anyways, I thought it was cool. One, I don't know why Shinji left his deck on the table after literally hearing the story, but that sounds like a Shinji thing to do. So whatever. And then the kid steals it, and I'm just like, well, I saw that coming. Literally, I saw that coming. I thought he was honestly. I thought as soon as Shinji pulled it out and put it on the desk, the kid was just gonna snatch it and run off immediately. But I'll give the kid some credit. He was able to wait it out until the right moment. So hey, credit where credit's due. Applause. So and I like how the story unfolded with wait, before I get to that part, with Yui and her brother, I'm not sure. I don't know what to think about it. I mean, I guess in the same episode it makes sense, because once Reiko shows up and she's like, oh, I know that guy. He died like a year ago. And then, like, obviously the cryptic messaging of like, well, things will get solved. It's like, I guess it makes sense, but then it's just, I don't know. I feel like I probably would have liked some answers to that a little bit sooner, as far as like what's going on with not Reiko, Yui and her brother. But all in due time. That's the only thing I guess I could say. And I'm really just nitpicking, honestly. But I think I like the way that the fight at the end unfolded with, it's just a nice light fight between Knight and the monster, and Knight's just gonna lose a little bit to like show the kid it's not really fun in games. And they're all like, yeah, man, look at him losing to the monster. It's not fun. And then Oja shows up and they're like, oh, they're like, oh snap, and then like he's actually like having to fight, and you can see him switch, like, oh snap, let me stop playing around, and like they're actually going head to head, and then they're like, oh snap, and then the kid's like, and then it's like, yeah, this actually is kind of what it's like to be a writer. Actually, we were kind of like, feeling it at first, like it was all fun and games, but it is no longer fun and games. And then what's the green one? What's his name?
Zelda.
Zelda, and it's Zelda shows up, and then Goro is like, master,
Yeah.
sensei. I mean, and then and then and then like the kids is like, oh my goodness, and then they're like, yeah, no, this is really you don't want to be a part of this. And then the kid's like, all right, I'm out of here. This is this. I don't want this. And then he runs off. Then Goro runs out after him, and then Shinji's like, it's my time to shine, and he jumps in. I like the design of the 13th rider and the gold feathers and all that. Uh, I mean, I guess we'll find out more about him. But yeah, it was cool. It was a cool episode. What do you think about it?
I liked it. We got a lot of exposition. The kid was a little annoying, but other than that, I think it was a good episode.
The kid's gonna kid, I guess.
Yeah. So I think I talked mostly about what also, I think this episode, the boss of the paper was worried because Reiko and Shinji weren't around. So he started treating them extra nice to try to keep them around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a fun, like, C story. Everything else was pretty good, though.
He can't catch a break. That guy really can't catch a break.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, we can end off the week with episode 28, the final episode of Kamen Rider Ryuki. Episode 28, Time Vent. Time Vento. So we start this one with Oja rushing the Golden Rider, but he can't land a hit. Then the Golden Rider kind of attacks all of the other riders, and then he releases his Ultra Move. And then we go to the opening, and then after that, Shinji wakes up in the bed once again, and then he goes downstairs, and Rin or Yui are acting like they don't know him, or they don't remember him. And then Shinji realizes that his deck card is blank, which is odd, and then he looks at the date on the calendar, and the date is an old date. And then he realizes that he must have been blasted back into the past, but he can't seem to remember everything that was going on. And then we realize that this is a flashback episode. So they show kind of scenes of what had been happening in the Ranger series. But then we cut back to Shinji, and then Shinji seems to be reliving all of the past events. And then he's trying to change them, but when he thinks about it, he only has flashes of remembering the future. And then he kind of stops remembering everything after a little bit. And then time carries on as normal, and then he gets to another block of time, and then he kind of remembers again. And then he's trying to make sure, or Shido shows up and kind of says that he's going to forget everything again, so he should just give up by the end of tonight. So Shinji figures out that maybe he can get Kitaoka to stop Takashi's escape from the jail, and that would keep everybody from dying that dies afterwards. But Kitaoka doesn't end up doing that because he needs 13 riders to exist so he can win everything. So he doesn't bother to warn the police, and everything happens like it did before. And then we end up getting to the same point in time that Shinji got blasted by the Golden Rider. And then the Golden Rider does everything like he did before, attacking all of the other riders. And then he teleports behind Shinji, and Shinji throws a punch right where he's going to be. And that kind of shocks everybody, but he doesn't really do too much damage to the Golden Rider. And then we learned that Shinji had been writing notes everywhere. That once he sees golden feathers, to punch behind him, and that's how he managed to hit the writer. So everything kind of plays out before, and then Shinji's like, yeah, the only thing that changed is that now I'm twice as pissed because he had to see everything that happened again. And then he's telling Shiro Shiro is telling him that that's not the only thing that changed. And that what was it? Whatever change that he needed to do had been done. But everything seems to be the same to Shinji. And then we cut back to Shiro back into the house. And then we notice that the mirrors and the vase that Yui had thrown were all back intact. And then we kind of figure out that Yui had probably not had the argument with her brother. So the thing that had been changed, he probably wasn't focusing on Shinji. What he was focusing on was Yui, and that relationship had changed a little bit, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. What do you think?
I liked it. Even though it was a flashback episode, I still thought it was a unique way of doing the flashback episode where it made sense. And so that's why Shinji him writing the little post-it notes to let him know the punch behind him. I said, you're a simpleton, but you're a smart simpleton. Yep. You have your moments. So I like that. That was cool. I like that he still tried, even though he went back in time, he still tried to stick to his mission of like getting the writers to stop fighting and whatnot. And like against all odds, he tries to create his own kind of destiny and plan, no matter what anybody else says what is happening. So it's commendable, and I like it. Kitaoka. I mean, like Kita's gonna Kita, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, you're a writer, eh? Yeah, man, this weird dude's in jail, and like he just like told me he's a writer, but whatever, man. We're gonna business as usual, I guess. So I was like, all right. So, but overall, it was cool. Yeah, honestly, overall, it was cool. It's a flashback episode, so not too much for me to add on to it at the moment. What do you think about it, though?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Flashback episode, I think it was a good way to do it, though. It kind of surprised me because I was like, okay, what are we getting into? And then they started showing the scenes. I was like, oh, this is a flashback episode. But they did it in a cool way, and I like the story going around on it. So yeah, I think they did a good job for a flashback episode. We got a little bit more of the story, so it felt like maybe something has changed. So it wasn't completely like a useless episode. So yeah, I like what they did.
Same. I am curious to know why he wanted to change the relationship between Yui and the brother. Like I wonder what the significance behind that is. I wonder if that's going to come back up again.
Yeah. Who knows? Probably.
Yeah, maybe.
But obviously Yui is probably a key to what's going on. So we'll have to see how that relationship changed.
Yeah. Because also when she had the argument with her brother or something like that, I don't remember exactly when this happened, but somebody said something like she was like the only person outside of the writers who could like see into the mirror world or something like that. Like, which is why I said the thing about Reiko like seeing him inside of the reflections. I was like, oh, how is she able to do that then if Yui's like that's like a special thing that Yui can do, because the kid was holding the card holder when he saw it. So I was like, okay, maybe you have to be holding a card or like the card holder or the deck holder. And I was like, I don't know. Like, cause I did think that early on, like in like the first couple episodes when it was just Knight and Ryuki and like they were fighting for the like first time and like she was just standing outside the mall yelling into the window and everybody was looking at her like she was crazy. I was like, so nobody else sees the reflection of them fighting? And I was like, oh, okay, well maybe not. So and now it's like, oh, well, I guess that would make sense if she has a special ability to see it. But I don't know. It makes me kind of like wonder. So what? How is Reiko able to see it unless she has a connection to Asakura? I did I say it right? Asakura.
Asakura, yeah.
Okay. Unless she has like a special relationship to him, or unless she has a card, like somebody planted a card on her. But I guess the planting the card doesn't make sense. Just she saw him before, but she didn't see the snake come out of the thing. She just saw his brother just disappear. I don't know. It's I don't know. I need answers. Unless these are plot holes and we'll never get answers.
Yeah, I don't know that you mention it. Yeah, that is kind of weird. I wonder if something is going up with Reiko.
Yeah.
Not
Besides
sure.
her being cute. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's it for me. Those are the only big thoughts that I had about it. So I'm
Yeah,
just curious about that.
yeah. Interested in seeing what the future holds. But a good episode and a good week for Sentai and Kamen Rider. Yeah, I think that takes us to the end. So signing off for Kyoudai Ai. See us again next week, hopefully. As always, signing off, SuperJollyMac. We may not always have much time. We may not have much money. But there is one thing that we do have a lot of. And that thing is...
Gyoza recipes.
maybe. Peace.
I was gonna say something else.